Yeah. Flash mute microphone. But yeah, cool. I'm assuming everyone can hear me. If you are in the chat, uh, say hello, just so I know you can hear me. But yeah, this is the first ever stream I've done. I'm excited to do it. I've planned to do streams many times and then just not had actually the time to do it and not really known what figure to do. But yeah, I thought doing these retro figures would be a good place to start because yeah, like they're I guess relatively old. I think in the US now there's the Wave 2 is out. And yeah, they aren't, I guess, compared to the Lightning Collection and the other Hasbro Pulse stuff, they aren't that popular, but I think they're really cool because I have a place in my heart for the old retro flip heads. So I wanted to pick them up, and I was not sure if I wanted to make individual videos on each one of them or if I should just do one whole video. But I think opening up on stream is nice, and hopefully, can have some engagement with you guys that are watching, and maybe answer some questions if anyone's interested. What it's like for a toy collector in Austria to try and collect these Hasbro stuff, which actually is quite hard. But yeah, it's kind of been fun getting into collecting over the last year, spending an absolute fortune on these toys. But it's nice making videos and getting to know the people in the community. But yeah, so maybe first off we'll go over these old ones. If you are a 90s kid like me, which I'm guessing most people that like Power Ranger content are, these toys came out, and this was basically all I spent my pocket money on back in the day. These aren't my original ones. I repurchased these a few years ago off eBay. But yeah, you can see here's the Zack headed one. And like this was like, OG collecting. Well, not OG, I guess OG collecting was probably Star Wars. But for me, I used to have all of them, and I remember my original Black Ranger got broken. His arm got broken because my mum stood on him, and I was absolutely gutted that he got stood on. And then back then you couldn't get the Zack ones anymore; they only had Adam. So I was like, "Oh no, I want Zack! Like he was my favorite. I don't like Adam, blah 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 blah." But I ended up getting another Adam one. But yeah, unfortunately, I don't have any. I don't have any weapons or anything for these guys anymore, and they are quite old. Like I say, I got them off eBay. Some of them, the screws are starting to rust, but they're nice little, like, you know, little trinkets to have around. Still work. They're very stiff, but yeah. When I kind of found out that Hasbro was reviving this brand, and it's kind of strange because they haven't really pushed it as much as I thought they would. Like, I guess a lot of toy collecting, especially now, is when most of the toys collection stuff is at least from Hasbro, Power Rangers, GI Joe, Transformers, and Star Wars, um, is based on nostalgia. And I don't know, for me, and I think for a lot of Power Ranger collectors, nostalgia is these flip heads. These were the originals. Um, there was also the biggest, having the 12-inch scale ones. I wasn't really into those as a kid. I thought they looked a bit. I mean, these look weird as well, but yeah, I wasn't really into them that much as a kid. But friends of mine were, and yeah, I'm surprised they haven't pushed these retro figures more because, like I said, I was really into them, and that's kind of how I remember Power Rangers was playing with these guys, with my friends. But no, cool that they brought them back. I'm really excited for Wave 2 to come because they have the Green Ranger and the White Ranger. And Green Ranger, I'm kind of like a bit cliche Power Rangers fan. The Green Ranger was my favorite and probably still is my favorite. But yeah, let's see, what should we open first? I mean, the obvious option is always the Red Ranger, but I think we're going to have a look at the Pink Ranger first because, yeah, why not? Thing with these ones is I don't understand why their chest looks so huge. Like when you look at them compared to these, their chest is like probably like 50% wider when you compare them, or maybe they're actually the same size. But or maybe it's the neck. You can see Kimberly has a neck on her, whereas yeah, this one doesn't. I think this is Trini. Yeah. Trini doesn't have really much of a neck to a helmet. So maybe that's why the head looks so small, or maybe the head is smaller. But yeah. But I don't know, that's the thing that stood out to me most about these is like when you see their chest, they look absolutely like swole as F. Especially I think when you see them with the civilian heads on, they look very broad. But yeah, the box stuff is very nostalgic, very reminiscent, especially these images here of season 1. You know, it's before even the Green Ranger was there, and that you can still build the power weapon. That's pretty cool. Yeah, nice box art, very nostalgic. It's kind of hard for me to open this, to be honest. Like I was thinking about keeping these carded, but yeah, I don't know. You know, I don't know how much value these toys will keep, and where's the fun in just hanging them up in the box? It's going to be hard for me to do it with the green and white Ranger, I have to be honest. Maybe when I get those, maybe I'll buy a pair to open and a pair to keep on carded, because I do like the cards. But she's nicely packed. Sorry about the noise. She's really nicely packed. Okay, so we have Kim. Ooh. Yeah, you definitely feel a difference in these ones compared to the old ones. The old ones feel very flimsy and light, and these ones are quite heavy. And yeah. So first up we have Kim. The biggest difference, and I don't really know why they did that, is there is no gold emblem on the front. Like I don't know. I guess these ones, I can't remember when they started putting the gold emblems in, but yeah, this was always like a memory for me of like having their dinosaurs or their emblems on the front, and I think it just has a cool look having the gold. Like I'm excited for the ninja version of the Lightning Collection figures. To have it on, to have their kind of ninja animals on. But yeah, it's a bit sad. And it's same for the Lightning Collection. I think eventually they will bring out like a version like these where it has this gold crest on it. But yeah, if you can tell me why these ones don't have it on, or maybe why the Lightning Collection ones don't have it on, just let me know, either in the chat or in the comments. But yeah, I've seen that there is some people, they make like, there's like an Etsy store where you can buy the decals for the Lightning Collection and stick them on, so they're pretty cool. So maybe I'll look into that. But yeah, first off, that's the first big difference. The next big difference is the elbow is actually, so okay, so it's the same as the original ones. There's a hinge here, there's a hinge on the elbow, but the elbow hinge doesn't seem to have like a screw in it, so it does bend up like this, which is nice, and to the side a bit, which is also nice, so you can kind of move around. Also, you can see in the hand there's no, well, you can't see because that one is zoomed in on there, there's no peg there, so they aren't actually pegged in like the original ones, the weapons and the gun. They actually just hold them, but it's kind of nice, got some movement, and it's just the same type of movement. Kim's very, very stiff. Next big difference is, yeah, the Morpher actually has some detail on it. So you can see there the Petrodactyl or Pterodactyl, Power Rangers it says, whereas these ones were always just a red button surrounded by gold. Sorry, silver, not gold. And yeah, let's see Kim's head. So it seems to work the same way. There's two doors, one at the front, one at the back. It's quite hard to get the Morpher to actually open them. Okay, and you have to do it, you have to pinch it, which is interesting. There we go. So there's Kim's head. Maybe we can compare it to the box, because I don't have a Kim an original Kim figure. Yeah, it's definitely the same head. I mean, does she look like the actress? Maybe not. Especially with these figures, they can't really give them long hair because the head has to be a certain size so that they fit back in there. But what's cool is I think once you open it up, is like it should always be spring loaded. So you can flip it to the civilian head, and you can spring flip it back to this one, back to the helmet. But we want to look at Kim's head, because these ones you always had to basically push it back, click it in, then it would spring back to this one, but you can't spring it back to the Trini head. You have to do it yourself. So it's kind of nice that this just does it on its own, and you can see the difference there of the spring loaded stuff. But no, she looks really nice. Going down to her legs again, she has movement up like this, but also movement out, which these figures definitely don't have. These figures only go there and back, that's it. So nice little bit of modernization there. And we go down to the knee. Knee bends back to here, which isn't that far, but I mean, and her leg doesn't go any farther back, but you can get her kind of posing up here, which is nice. And yeah, and the foot has no. Oh, it does have some swivel on it. Oh, that's interesting. The foot has swivel on it as well. So actually, these characters, I was thinking they were going to try and keep them as close to the original thing as possible, but they have actually done some modernization to them, giving them a bit more points of movement, which is nice. And we'll go to the weapons. So we have Kim's bow, which looks like here there are holders for arrows, but you actually don't get any arrows, which is kind of strange. I'm not sure if the Ranger Hunter comes with arrows, maybe, but yeah, you can see there's bits of detail on there. Not a lot, but it kind of, again, very reminiscent of the original ones. I'm sure the original ones had way less detail than what's on here, but yeah, it's kind of nice that they added that because they can. And then we have the blaster, or the pistol, again, very reminiscent of the original ones, all white, not really any detailing. I'm kind of surprised that they didn't put any red on it because they could. But yeah, very reminiscent of the original ones. And I really like that the Super 7 Ultimates come with these similar weapons like this. And you can put the pistol in the holster, and we can make her hold her bow. And it goes into the arm nicely. So there's a head. No, head doesn't turn, obviously. So maybe we can get her in a cool pose. I mean, that's about as much as you can do. We can maybe have her stand like this, which is harder than it looks. There we go. So, I mean, yeah, it's nice that we have a little bit of difference there on how she stands. Because, yeah, these guys will very much just stand arm up. Okay, you can do this. You can put the hands on there if you want to, kind of like reminiscent of the poses. But no, it's nice. It's actually cool that we've got some more trouble, some more kind of posability to them. Again, it's nothing amazing, but these figures aren't meant to be that. So I think next we'll go to Zach, because we actually have a direct comparison to Zach here with my OG Black Ranger, and we have very bad focus. Whoops. So again, Zach, I mean, the Black Ranger looks like the Black Ranger. I like that the axe is like a lot bigger and chunkier. Looks like we've got lots of the same stuff, same backing. You see that the axe contributes kind of like the chassis of the power weapon, which is cool. So let's open him up again. It kind of hurts me a little bit to rip off this, but whatever. We need the content, we need those likes. I'm only joking, but yeah, if you do want to like, then feel free to do so. I'm not 100% sure how the streaming works on YouTube, but I'm hoping that the video kind of just gets put up as a video afterwards, which would be really cool, because then yeah, it's a video that people can watch later, because yeah, I mean, I'm doing this on a Sunday afternoon. European time, so I know the people in America might not be awake yet, so yeah, it'd be cool that people can watch this straight afterwards. Oop, the blaster flew out. But yeah, here's Zach, and yeah, already he's okay, thank you, Lily. Yeah, his helmet looks awesome, actually, like especially when you compare it to here. Yeah, the eye looks so much cooler. The kind of how what's this called? The trunk comes down. How the tusks go around his eye looks a lot more like a real helmet than this one. This one looks very kind of like it's been squashed together. But yeah, so that's the first big difference. Again, on his Morpher, we can see there is the Mastodon Power Rangers. Looks pretty sweet. And his head to Zach, again, same as Kimberly. Kind of first time a little bit hard to get him to switch because he gets stuck. But yeah, it looks like Zach. It looks like, I like that they put like kind of an expression on his face, because these ones were always just so like a bit like prisoner look, or like mugshot, I guess you call it. But these ones look a lot more dynamic, a lot more like kind of their character is in there, and less like they've just committed a crime, or they're getting their passport photo taken. But yeah, his articulation again, I'm guessing is pretty much the same as Kimberly. His arm goes up, it kind of can rotate around. The elbow again is very stiff, but it comes up here and twist. Yeah, works back to this, going up. The legs come up, his knee bends nicely, leg goes out nicely. Yeah, you know, he looks like he's doing like some Irish kind of foot dance right now. But yeah, it's cool, like I said, that they added a little bit more maneuverability in these figures than what the original ones have. But yeah, very cool. I mean, it's the same body as Kimberly, but obviously the head is the main difference, the helmet and the weapons. So we look at his axe, and yeah, this is a very chunky piece of plastic. Like it feels massive compared to well, actually no, like Kimberly's bow also is quite chunky. I feel like, compared to some of the other stuff that we get. But this feels like it wouldn't be in the wrong hands of a Lightning collection figure. But you can see there's bits of detail on it. You can see the mastodon here, the grip, the kind of nozzle of the gun when it fires. Yeah, it's really cool how these things are designed and how it should fit into his hands. So, I mean, I don't know, those hands look very closed. So getting it in there might be a struggle. I'm definitely going to probably lose some paint on the inside of his hand, getting this big chunky beast in. But now he does hold it. Yeah, he holds it nicely like this. So we can get him ready to start chopping wood. Yeah, Arctech. Or we can switch him around, and I believe we can have him holding it like this. Does his arm... Okay, it doesn't really... I was hoping I could move his hand to make it so that it would go underneath, which, I mean, I could do like this, I guess, but it doesn't look very, very natural with the gun, which is a bit of a shame. I mean, you can hold it one-handed, but it doesn't look very realistic, because, you know, he's going to be like gangbanging this off at people, because it is quite big and heavy. So yeah, that's the thing which would have been maybe nice, is if you can maneuver his hand a bit better, so that he could hold it sort of dual-handed and it look a bit more natural than this, because this does not look natural at all. But yeah, maybe you actually can. Maybe I'm not the best poser, to be honest, doing my best to get better. But yeah, maybe we can just do something like this for now, just so he looks cool on the background. And yeah, when you put his blaster in there, it's in, and there he is next to Kimberly. Okay, doesn't want to stay there. And as always, figures are never easy to stand when you need them to stand. But again, it's kind of cool that there is this option to bend his legs a little bit. And yeah, there's the whole figure you can't really see there, but he's starting to go a bit yellowy brown especially on his feet. The feet you can see better. So it's nice to have a nice shine. And that's another thing actually that I noticed. These guys look really plasticky and shiny, and these ones are a bit more matte, which I like. But yeah, another difference. So who should we open next? Should we open up red or blue next? Red comes with his powers, with his sword, and Billy has his two, what are these things called? Not tridents. I've forgotten the name. But yeah, type in chat, who would you like to open next? As I maneuver these guys to the side a little bit. But yeah, they look cool already. Like, I like that they, like I say, that you can move the legs a little bit so that they look a bit more natural. I mean, this doesn't look very natural at all with the gap between his legs. But yeah, still cool that they can do them. And there seems to be no preference in chat, so let's go for Red Ranger. Let's go with Jason. So here he is, the main man, Jason. A lot of debate over the Lightning Collection helmet, especially the original one. The new one that just came out with what's it called, with Rocky. They seem to have fixed it. I'm kind of interested to see how this one looks, if it also looks like it seems to be more along the lines of how it should look, but still not quite perfect. Like the visor looks very narrow to me. But yeah, let's open him up and have a look. Okay, here he is in his plastic kind of embalmment. Good. So, very nice looking figure. There's just something about the Red Ranger. I think that's why people like him so much. The red just pops. And yeah, the helmet itself doesn't look too bad. Like, looks like a Tyrannosaurus. You can see the teeth there on the side. He does have his kind of silver lining around the visor there. Here you can't see it as well, but you can see it kind of starts and it does go. And the Jason head. Is it going to slip? No. Come on. There he is. Again, I think this is Jason as well, actually. Yes, I would say it is. I mean, it's hard to say, but I think it's supposed to be Jason. Yeah, again, looks definitely more like the actual actor. More of like a personality to him. I don't know why Hasbro like putting like weird looks on his face, like weird smirks, but it definitely does add something. Kind of makes him seem a bit, don't know, up his own ass a little bit. But yeah, you can see the comparison there of the helmets. This one definitely has more of like a silver lining, but it's nice that you can still see the nostrils on here. Or I mean, maybe you can't, but yeah, it's still there. Here they actually got some black paint on them to make them stand out a bit more. You can't really see though. But no, definitely looks like the Red Ranger. Like I said, I kind of wish that he had the gold emblem on the front of him. But yeah, you know, it is what it is. Go on down. I mean, you already know his articulation. The arm goes up. Elbow goes there, turns. His elbow goes there, turns. The legs do what the legs do. And I think, yeah, for his pose, we'll put him in his... Should we put him in his Jason pose for now? Let's just leave him like that for now. Good. And we look at the swords. Okay. Here is his sword. Again, nice bit of detail on there. It looks like they've tried to put the Tyrannosaurus on the emblem there, but it doesn't actually look like it. Hang on, I need to look at myself. I mean, yeah, you can see it, but it's very, very, very... Oops. Very, very faint. But yeah, there's still some nice detail on the sword there. They have these kind of wings going up on the handle as well. There's a nice bit of detail. So we can put it in his hand. Hopefully it goes in nice and easily. And try in his right hand this time. So we have the sword going up. And then in the left hand, because we haven't done it yet, we have his blaster. And yeah, it's a shame, like it would have been nice for you to have them be able to look in a different direction, because now you can aim where you want, but it looks a bit strange because his head is always looking straight. And also the legs, you know, the legs can move a little bit more, but again, he can't really look in any direction. So there we have 3 of 4, and last but not least is Billy, the Blue Ranger, and off comes the back. With each one, it's gotten easier to rip off. Come on, take Billy out. There's just something about the blue of the Blue Ranger that I really like. You just take a seat for now, Billy, mate. Get out his weapons. And again, his weapons feel massive. Like, to be honest, when you look at Jason's sword, it looks quite small compared to him. I don't know if that's like what the scale of the sword is, but I would imagine you would want the sword maybe to come to like here. But it looks kind of like a short sword, whereas Billy's kind of trident thing here, it looks kind of massive. Like, I could use it to skewer a piece of apple or something. But yeah, before we get into that, let's look at Billy himself. Again, very nice looking helmet with the yellow eyes of the Triceratops. Again, nice fine lining on the top of his visor there. It's very nice. And Billy's face. Yeah, this is very reminiscent of the original, the retro ones of Billy. Glasses. I like that they didn't put glasses in his like actual like plastic glass in his eye in his glasses, because they have that for the Lightning collection, and it kind of, I don't know, I feel like mine already is going kind of misty, so you can't see his eyes so well. But it's nice that they chose not to put any plastic glass there. And yeah, again, you can move him same as the others, make a little star out of him if you want. It's kind of nice that the leg does move even with this, kind of pushes it up, but you can see you want to be careful because that feels like it could break. And let's have a look at his Morpher. There you can see the Triceratops, and then we can put his weapons in his hands. Again, they feel very, very big for these hands, but they do go in, which is nice. Put his blaster in there. Started nicely. And this in here. Then we can get some kind of cool poses with him. And put his leg forward. This leg back maybe. Can he, oh, sorry, Jason. Can he stand so? Like this? Doesn't look like it. Oh, it does. Yeah, that's kind of nice as well, that the feet are so flat that you can kind of, they can balance pretty much on one foot, which is a nice touch. So yeah, here is the Power Ranger team. And yeah, I'm happy I got these figures. Like I say, for me, there's a lot of nostalgia in them. You can see there's a fly flying around. Please go away. There's a lot of nostalgia to them for me. And hang on, I'm just trying to get you a close up. And yeah, like it's these flip heads are the Power Rangers for me, really. Like this is what I remember collecting and loving as a kid. And like I say, I remember spending all of my pocket money on them. So it's kind of a surprise that Hasbro hasn't pushed them as much as I thought they would have. But I guess the Lightning collection is just so popular and doing so well that they don't need to. But no, this is it. This is my live stream, my review of these guys. Like I said, the VOD should go up after the live stream's over, so hopefully you can watch it. If you are in the chat now, thank you very much for joining. I hope you enjoyed. Please consider subscribing to my channel. And what I'm going to do now is going to go take these guys, put them outside. There's some snow outside actually, so maybe I can put them in the snow and take a few photos. And if you do want to see the photos, you can follow me on Instagram at NoToysAF, or on Twitter as well. Once the video or the VOD gets uploaded, I'll put the links in the VOD for anyone that's, maybe not watching the video live. But yeah, thanks so much for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed. And now I have to work out how I stop the live. Bye-bye.